Overwhelm silences your soul. Over the last few weeks, I've been exploring overwhelm in all my content, in my live videos and all over the place. And what I'm really seeing now, and I see this all the time with my clients, I've seen it with myself, is that as we become more and more overwhelmed, we disconnect from that quieter voice within us, the soul, perhaps you would call it. I like to call it inner knowing, because that's the journey that I love to take people on, the journey from being led by the inner critic to being guided by inner knowing. When we're overwhelmed, I guess you know now, if you've been watching these videos and listening to me, that we're disconnected because we're caught up in our thinking. And your natural voice isn't really there. It isn't really in your thinking. When you're feeling overwhelmed, you've got all this focus on all those things out there that you think you're supposed to be doing. When I was driving hard in my career, I probably felt overwhelmed most of the time. As you know, to the point where I burnt out. I actually completely exhausted myself because the voice in my head just said all the time that more was what was needed. More work, more dating, more stuff outside of me, more social life, more. It just said more, 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 more. And those expectations of more, I carried them with me as if they were me, as if they were mine. But I see now that those expectations of more came from me growing up, like many people. I grew up with, and this isn't blaming parents at all, but I grew up with expectations, and I don't know where they came from, from home, from school. I don't know. I don't bother to nitpick that kind of stuff. But I grew up with a sense of, and I can feel quite emotional sharing this, that unless I did enough, that old chestnut of a word, I wasn't enough. Unless I did enough, I wasn't enough. I couldn't be whole. I couldn't be, just noticing the tissues are right over the other side where I can't reach them. I couldn't be complete somehow if I wasn't busy. Busy, that's it really. And I was looking as well for something. I was looking for my soul out there in the world. Like I would find it in the right career move or the right promotion, or I would find it in the right man that I met online, or I would find it in, being an amazing salsa dancer, which was one of the things salsa that I was into at the time. Really glad I put mascara on this morning. That's really going well for me, isn't it? Or this afternoon. I don't know what I've lost track of what time it is. And like it's only now really as my mind is so much quieter that I really feel like I'm finding my true voice. I feel like that's now, that I'm sharing from there now, sharing from my true voice now. And I really wish I had a tissue. And that's okay. So it might seem, if you're feeling really overwhelmed and you're pushing really hard in whatever it is you're doing right now, with this sense that, you can you hear that voice in your head that says, when I have X, I will feel Y. When I get there, when I get to this point, I'll suddenly feel connected to my soul. I'll suddenly be able to be authentic. But have you noticed that every new point you get to, whether that's an amount of money or a relationship or a point in your business or your career or whatever it is, and you keep getting there, and then when you get there, there's still no sense of peace. There's still no sense of feeling like you're you, really. But what I want you to know is that that voice hasn't gone. It's not lost. It's just a bit covered in crap at the moment. It's just a bit buried. And the thing is, your whole system is built to show you when it's buried, because one of the things I'm thinking about here when I'm thinking about this authenticity is the connection to your body. I was talking to somebody the other day who was saying, that they're feeling tired, they're noticing that they're getting like a bit poorly, headachy, and I was saying, maybe that's your body, and not maybe, that's your body saying, "Hey, hang on a minute, you've got a lot going on, and you're believing an awful lot of thinking that is not really very helpful at the moment." Like, this person's in a new job, and it's hard in a new job, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed. I think overwhelm has its special layers, doesn't it? Like, you feel overwhelmed, and then you feel rubbish for feeling overwhelmed because you think you shouldn't be feeling overwhelmed. But maybe what we need here is some quiet, to just pause for a minute and just sit with how we're feeling, because those signals from the body are pure gold. Actually, the feeling of overwhelm, to me, that this feeling, this heaviness in the chest I feel, is it's letting me know that I'm just overthinking everything. Really, yes, I might have some things on my list of jobs to do. Of course, we all have, haven't we, at some point? Got things on our list of jobs to do. But that it's not those things on the list. It's how I'm thinking about them. And while I'm caught up in that thinking, the real guidance of what to do next just doesn't seem to be there. And so for me, there's something about pausing. There's something about sitting and feeling what's there. And that's a process that I guide people through sometimes, just the process of sitting and noticing the sensations in the body. Just noticing what's there arising in the body, because that is your soul calling you. It's calling you to pause. It's calling you to be seen. Like, I feel like if you connect your emotions, I'm seeing this like in a new way right now. As you connect your emotions, you're allowing your soul to be seen. You're connecting to your inner knowing, because that's your inner knowing. Those feelings are your inner knowing. So be with them. Why do runny noses always come with tears? A whole other layer of nonsense. So that's when we sit with our emotions, when we go, yes, I see you, inner knowing. I see that you're trying to let me know that I'm up here too much. Come down here into the body. Because all that's happened is that we've forgotten who we really are. When we're in here, we've forgotten who we really are. And when we feel our emotions, we reconnect to who we really are. Because what's happening here in the body is real, isn't it? It's real. So I feel like I've probably nearly said enough, but not least because I really do need to get a tissue and stop crying now. But there's something in what I'm sharing today because I generally cry when there's something that feels really strong. That we must feel what's there in the body, not push it down, not mute it, not try and shrink it, not try and tough it out because my God, how many of us are doing that? I've got to be tougher. I've got to be a superhero to get through this. No more of that. Feel what's there. And when you feel what's there, you reconnect to this place of trust because you see your amazing system. You can watch your emotions moving through your body, and that brings us back into the present moment. And in the present moment, we are invincible. We really are. We're invincible all the time. We just can't see it when we're not in the present moment. So I hope that um, teary, dramatic video was not too dramatic, but a bit teary video this morning was helpful. And if you're listening to it later in some kind of way, in an audio or whatever, then or this afternoon actually, I hope it's helpful. Thank you so much. Take care. Lots of love. And I really hope that